This is the Ministry of Silly Talk.
Silly Talk. Ministry of Silly Talk.
This is the Ministry.
This is the Ministry of
Silly Talk. This is the Ministry of
Silly Talk.
Thank you for listening to my Daddy's Stupid Podcast. And remember, his head is full of doo-doo, so don't listen to anything he says.
That's very funny.
We got time to eat up here. And we're back. Welcome, Generals, to another exciting episode of the Ministry of Silly Talk podcast. That's what it's called now. I'm Graham, that's Josh, and Josh has something he needs to tell you.
Please like, comment, subscribe on everything: YouTube, social media, podcast apps, wherever you hear, listen to, or watch podcasts. We're there, and you can check us out. And, you know, the more interaction you get, the more we're on people's algorithms. More people get to hear the ministry talk about silly things.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better. Also, don't forget, as usual, go visit shirtcaviar.com to shirt yourself down to your shoes. Use promo code OGA to save 10% on your order right now. Also, listen to Pod Caviar wherever you get podcasts. And don't forget, there's nothing over there yet, but if you, this is a sort of a bait and switch situation, I think, because I should probably put content on the Patreon, and then maybe you would have an interest in paying for it, which I will eventually, but it exists. It's patreon.com/1gramarmy. Also, co-fee /1gramarmy, where you can donate small amounts, and it's not a subscription service. And be on the lookout. It hasn't happened yet, but I promise it will on Thursdays. Don't forget the throwback episodes of my 2 previous debunked podcasts. Don't worry, it won't happen to this one.
It will not, but we do have a hotline to make sure it doesn't happen to this one, so we can get some more interesting situations going at 847-665-9238. That's 847-665-9238. Text, call, leave a message, problems, advice, good things, bad things, medium things, anything.
Whatever you got. You know, if you're listening to this podcast and you go, man, they're really reaching this week, they don't have anything to talk about. Well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Because you didn't dial 847-665-9238.
You might be right.
Yep.
And you might be able to look in the fucking mirror and think, I should have called the hotline at 847-665-9238.
Yeah, and then we wouldn't be having this problem, would we now?
No,
Thanks a lot.
Something to talk about.
Yeah, so you hit that hotline. You become part of the family here at the Ministry of Silly Talk. I have one thing. Before we start aimlessly watching videos and riffing, we'll find something. This is what we do. I guess to walk this back, the Taco Bell's had breakfast for a long time now, apparently.
Yeah, a few years.
Right?
Yeah,
it's been around. My very first inclination when Taco Bell was like, we have breakfast, I was like, well, I'm not going to eat that.
Yeah, I just never think of Taco Bell as breakfast.
It doesn't... It seems like a collision of worlds that didn't need colliding. And look, I'm not disrespecting TB in any way. TB's seen me through good times, bad times, many times. Many different times. Taco Bell has been right where you need it. Today, however, this time of year, up with the kid watching the soccer, I'm up a little bit earlier than I normally am. We went and got coffees, and I was riding around, and I was like, ooh, I've never had Taco Bell's breakfast. And I was like, I think I'm going to try something.
And what was her response? Sure, me too?
No, she was like, oh, well, you enjoy that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like, she was like, I will have none of that. Thank you. Because I was like, yeah, if you want something else, I'll go somewhere else. She was like, yeah, the Taco Bell breakfast things made me not want to eat. So,
oh, damn.
Yeah, I was like, these are good instincts you're having. And what I'm doing is terrible. This is a bad idea. I already can tell. But I was like, look, like I said, Taco Bell's been there, right? Like maybe.
Well, the thing is, like, Taco Bell is consistent.
Yeah.
It doesn't let you down because you know what you're going for.
Yeah, and you can do a lot worse too, as far as like you eat like 2 tacos and and a bean and cheese burrito. You don't feel nearly as horrible as if you ate like a Big Mac and an order of nuggets. You know what I mean? I think that there's you can do a lot worse calorie wise. It's almost nothing. Like certain things you get are really bad for you, but you're basically a wash with Taco Bell.
Yeah, they
a
give
lot
you
of times.
this much watery meat,
Right.
a little bit of cheese, and then you get lettuce and a tortilla.
Right.
I mean, let's
you're
be
really not. You're not dancing with the devil. But I was like, surely breakfast is a risk. Didn't eat it for years. Today, this morning, I decided to try Taco Bell breakfast.
Okay.
First red flag, pull up to TB. Nobody there.
Crickets.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, maybe they're closed. Maybe
the breakfast thing just didn't work.
it didn't work out,
Yeah.
so they're not even bothering anymore. I was even still considering the idea that they were closed as I was pulling up to the drive-thru to order, and it took a minute, and like obviously the girl who worked in there was like, oh, and like woke up and was like,
Yeah, someone's here.
what are
What
you
the
doing?
heck?
I mean, welcome to Taco Bell.
Why are you
Yeah,
here?
sir, have some respect for yourself. I mean, welcome to Taco Bell. And so I ordered just like the breakfast burrito, and I was like, yeah, give me the bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast burrito, right? And she gave it to me. It's little. I was like, this can't be this.
How much was it?
What's like it would, to be honest too, I think it was less than $2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a gouge. I don't even because I think that they're having
Trouble getting people there. Yeah.
to eat breakfast at Taco Bell.
And I don't know why. Like,
I think even the biggest of gross fat people would be avoiding.
well, there's McDonald's breakfast.
Right, because
That
a bacon,
exists.
egg, and cheese biscuit.
McDonald's breakfast exists. There is a Bojangles.
Push your microphone up
We're
a
in
little bit.
Middle
Yeah,
Georgia.
there you go.
There's a Bojangles within 7 minutes.
Yeah, there's a Bojangles within walking distance of my house. If I really wanted a horrible breakfast,
Yeah.
like a delicious but
Horrible
horrible
thing, yes.
thing to eat for breakfast. This was just an experiment. You know, I'm bored. Let's try it. It exists. I'm not adverse to Taco Bell. The experience of eating this bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast burrito, though, is noteworthy in that.
Okay, look, let me stop you right
Okay,
there.
go ahead.
I want you to compare this in real time to the sausage and egg burrito from McDonald's. As we all know, we've all had.
Yeah.
It's a mediocre product, but it gets the job done. It's not terrible, and it's only like $1.50 or $2
Right.
or whatever.
Okay, so initial comparison, we're size-wise very similar.
Okay.
Better quality tortilla from Taco Bell.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I actually avoid breakfast burritos. I mean, I don't really eat breakfast at fast food restaurants, but just
Yeah.
anecdotally, even in my life, I've generally avoided the breakfast burrito at McDonald's. Not that I haven't had 100 of them, but generally
Yeah.
try to avoid them because the tortilla is always like dried out in spots.
Yeah, and kind of thick.
You know,
Yeah.
inconsistent chewing with the taco.
It's microwave to death.
The tortilla at Taco Bell, I mean, if they're fucking up tortillas, we're in bad
Yeah,
shape.
we're
Right.
having a hard day.
There's a lot of problems in this country. If Taco Bell tortillas all of a sudden are like crusty, we're close to the end times.
Yeah, it's getting rough.
So better tortilla. There is no comparison to what's on the inside. What's on the inside of a McDonald's sausage, egg, and cheese or bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast burrito is, you know it. It's the little scramblies and some chunks of sausage. It's food related.
Yeah. No?
No.
What was there?
First, so you
it was
buy.
supposed to be bacon, egg, and cheese.
This is a bacon, egg, and cheese
Okay.
breakfast burrito.
Yeah. Real. It's 4 ingredients.
This is not complicated. You bite into it. You notice 2 things immediately. One, the bacon is bacon bits. Like straight up.
From a shaker.
Right. But I'm talking, or even like, whatever, the bag of like the processed, pre-sliced, chunked
Yeah.
up bacon you buy from the grocery store.
Yeah.
It's moist bacon bits. That's what I'm saying.
So it's not crispy bacon bit.
No,
like
no,
a
no.
salad bacon bit. It's
No.
like a real bacon bit. It's
Yeah,
a bit.
it's
Yeah.
a bit, and
Yeah.
it's just, and they're not. They are uniformly sized. It's like riced bacon, essentially.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That is the first thing you notice. Immediately after that, there's like a watery texture going,
that's
like a
the egg.
liquid texture. It's not the egg. It's the that orange sauce they put in the quesadilla is in this.
Oh no! Why at breakfast?
This is a bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast burrito. Why is that in there? And it's like, because you're not expecting.
And it's just like globbed in the middle.
Yeah, you're not expecting a straight liquid.
It's making me have anxiety because I'm anti-mayonnaise, and I know that's a 90% mayonnaise product.
Very mayonnaisey.
I mean, I'm anti-mayonnaise to the point of
like
vomit-inducing anger. Ugh.
You should not try one of. And listen, here's the other thing too. I mean, I know it's probably
now sans the sauce. Would it have been an edible burrito?
It ain't the sauce was in there. I can't get past it. It was like pushing itself to the front of the line as like, ugh.
Oh no.
I ate about 3 bites of it. I cannot comment on the eggs because I didn't notice them.
Oh no.
I even looked and was like, is this like, what's the egg deal here? And there was some yellow chunks of something in there, right?
But it wasn't like an egg glob. Like
it was a tortilla with something resembling eggs in it. But when you eat it, if you want to imagine, you take a tortilla, you get some of those salad bacon bits, you put it in there, you put that quesadilla sauce on there, and then you roll it up, and then you eat it. And it's hot, so the quesadilla sauce has lost any of the viscosity is gone. It's water.
Oh god.
It's water
because they put it in there, then they microwave it all together.
Oh yeah.
And it's just, that's awful. That's unfortunate.
It's I ate a couple bites of it, and then I will tell you, if you're ever in Middle Georgia, go check out Ray's Donuts. Ray's Donuts has a mean bacon, egg, and cheese bagel in the morning, actually. I don't know if you've been there yet.
I'm diabetic.
Yeah, I can't eat donuts. Yeah, obviously. Yes,
but I didn't know they had sandwiches.
Yeah, they have sandwiches in there that are quite fire, and I have to avoid that place. I go there once a week.
What about New Way at breakfast?
So this is maybe a cultural situation.
Yeah,
here.
no, I've never been. I'm just.
Oh,
curious.
I don't. So if you live somewhere where there's a New Way and you're a fan of it, I suspect you probably eat like beans out of a can normally, and that's
it's just
some
real
sort of
super basic.
I don't like any of anything from there. The burgers, the hot dogs, the chili, the cheese, none of it. And I had breakfast there one time, and it was really bad. Like it was like,
wow.
Yeah, the eggs stink. Yeah, it's one of those things that I think people like it because like
it's just been around.
Yeah, it's been around forever. Their grandparents took them there.
Well, I feel that way about the varsity.
Yeah,
being from Atlanta, people the varsity.
I don't like it at all, and I'm not trying to be snooty Chicago guy about hot dogs. There's like, I love street food from all over.
I love
place.
hamburgers. I don't even order hot dogs at restaurants.
Yeah,
I love a hot dog. I'm eating that shit at the house. I'm not
paying
you $5 for a hot dog.
Yeah,
but I like burger. But even the cheeseburgers and fries at the varsity, not bad. I'm not shitting on the varsity. Should it be the world famous fucking varsity?
No, it's quite whack.
You know what I mean? It's weird.
It's real middle of the road. Because see, here's the thing. So I've been to the West Coast, and people fawn over In-N-Out, but In-N-Out is good fast food.
Well, see, what I've heard is In-N-Out is the Chick-fil-A of the burger space.
It is. That's a very good way to describe it. Their menu is very simple. There's only so much they do, but everything there, like they have the nice crispy shoestring fries. The way they cook the burger, the patty gets kind of crispy on the outside a little bit. You know what I mean? And it's a very good balance of like the hot burger and the cold toppings. An In-N-Out burger is fire. I don't know if you're going to seek one out, and this is a problem I have like a serious aversion to waiting in line for food, like absurdly long lines. You know what I mean? Like you go to a restaurant and they're like, it'll be 45 minutes. I'll be like, well, I'm not going to find out what you do here. Yeah,
I'm not going to be here.
I don't know what you do. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? 45 minutes, you're crazy. And I've been to In-N-Out in various places on the West Coast where you go by and the line's like out in the street and it's blocking traffic. I've seen that. And I go, I've
seen that on videos or TV or whatever you want to call it. But then I've also heard comment that even in that line, it's like the only reference I have in the East, in the South, is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Where they always have a line, but it's moving.
No, they are jamming you through.
And this is a hot take Chick-fil-A wise. I don't, aside from the service, because comparatively speaking to other fast food places, service is miles away. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you
that's,
can't beat it.
That's the truth. You can't argue that. They have an army of kids working, which makes it easier for them to serve you quickly.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
It's a bit cultish, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's more of the youth group crowd.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's their choice. It's a free market. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, I don't have
If that's your thing, whatever. They got decent chicken, but it's decent. Everyone is just on the dick of this Chick-fil-A.
It's
because they give me that middle of the road chicken sandwich quickly.
Yeah, and it's because that is one thing I will say. If you're comparing In-N-Out to Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out's product is better.
Okay.
Like,
not shitting on Chick-fil-A. Their product's fine.
No, and In-N-Out is largely fine, but it is the satisfaction to me was greater at In-N-Out than is normally at Chick-fil-A. Because that's the deal with Chick-fil-A is that it's like. It's quick. It's clean. Those places are spotless.
Yeah.
The service is
everyone's
top notch.
Courteous.
They're moving people through. Like there's no nonsense. There's rarely any jam ups of any kind.
They do that in a very nice, courteous way.
Yeah,
you don't ever feel like
Yeah, but the product itself is.
It's not bad.
It's fine.
But
it's fine.
If I had a choice between a Popeyes chicken sandwich and a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, I'm eating the Popeyes all day.
If Popeyes had the customer service, because
Chick-fil-A,
we're talking
it
about,
would take over the world.
We're talking about two completely different corporate mindsets when it comes to customer service. But you put up with it at Popeyes because of the product.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah, the product. Yeah,
that butter disc they call a biscuit. Are you kidding me right now? I'll cook a steak in that.
All I've eaten today was half of a bad breakfast burrito and all of a really good breakfast bagel. But I'm thinking this Popeyes talk is making my mind run. But no, the quality of the product you're getting from Popeyes is so delicious,
superior.
See, that's interesting too, and I think that maybe when football starts, we'll do a few episodes where we sort of where we compare and contrast certain
we
game
can bring them here, maybe.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
what I
bring
mean.
one, I'll bring one.
Yeah, we'll share we'll see.
I would love to do that, and go local.
Yeah,
divey type of places too.
Yeah,
there's this place I just saw called Miss Betty's Fried Chicken or something. There's signs for it in town. I haven't tried it yet. I want to.
No, well, yeah,
it's probably fine.
Put fried chicken on a sign. I
see it.
Yeah,
I want to be a part.
Because that is an interesting question, and it's something I've always wanted to do. Because I have a pretty staunch opinion on fast food fried chicken that Popeyes is king, and it's not close. But I would be curious to blind taste test KFC, Church's, Popeyes.
Well, KFC is going to be, you could only do the crispy.
Yes. Extra crispy is the only option.
Well, but because the original recipe is so distinct.
Yeah, you're going to know it right away.
That's KFC every single time.
Yeah.
So you'd have to do extra crispy. And I would also bring in, because most of the bone fried chicken, as I like to call it, that I eat, is coming from a grocery store.
Yes. There's several of those you can bring in.
The affordability and the availability and quickness. She's there. She's like, hey, I'm like, 3-piece for you, boy.
Yeah, and the consistency of quality too.
Yeah.
So and there's a bunch of those around here that we should do. I will tell you too, if you're, I don't know how far reaching these are, but there's that Crispers chicken or whatever at the gas station, that Cajun chicken. That's some of the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life.
That's so good.
I don't get it anymore because when it first hit, I was in there like. all the time. Like, give it.
Now, have you tried this Sharks? I've seen it. I've never tried it.
Okay, so Sharks fried chicken, I'm very familiar with.
It says Chicago style.
Yeah, so Sharks, I guess they've branched out into franchise because Sharks, there's Sharks, JJ's Fish, and then
I've seen JJ's Fish as well.
Yeah, and then there's Howard's Chicken or whatever it's called. Anyone from Chicago is like screaming into their headset right now because I'm like, I can't remember what the other one's called. Harold's. Sorry, I said Howard's. I'll edit that so I don't look stupid. I won't because I'm stupid and I'll forget to edit it. But so there is a Chicago style of fried chicken where it's sort of a like fried hard chicken. The battering is kind of specific. I really like it because a lot of it's very salty and it relies. somewhat heavily on including hot sauce and such on top of it.
Okay.
It's difficult to compare to something. You would have to get it. There's a way that skin and the batter that like dissolves in your mouth that's very specific. I really like it, and I would put it up against a lot of stuff, but it's a very specific kind of fried chicken.
So do these
The
places-
Crispers chicken
Well, no,
is better than in all of them. Crispers chicken
It's fire. No, yeah.
the Cajun, like the seasoning, whatever they're doing, I'm sure it's horrific. Like I'm sure like the chickens are still alive
It's gas station
when
chicken.
they're being injected with Cajun seasoning, but it's like in the meat. Like it's like there's like a red hue on the when you get through the batter.
There's one at the end of the road. I
know.
might stop on the way home.
Yeah. There's one right on your way home,
Yeah.
right there on that, and that's a good one. That's a nice one too. It's very clean in there. Yeah, I don't go there. I go by there and I go in there. I don't go there because I kick the habit. The gizzards are Cajun.
They have gizzards in there?
Yes,
Fuck you. I drive by it every day to get my work equipment.
I know.
My equipment is,
at that spot over there.
well, it's at a spot right past there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's where I go every day when I start my days, you know. Now, I go by there early in the morning, but I'm going by there.
I think they do breakfast biscuits. I think they do a Cajun breakfast biscuit in there. That's not good. I really wish I would have talked about this because I had grand plans for making a nice dinner tonight. I think we're having fried chicken.
That's a nice dinner.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well. Yeah. It'll be nice for a few hours.
But we still haven't gotten down. You haven't answered my question.
Yes.
Is the place down the street called Sharks? Is that place any fucking good?
Sorry, my head's swimming
Yeah.
in grease right
Hot sauce and
now. Yes, it's very good. I recommend.
It's a recommend.
Yeah. We'll get it for one of our fried chicken taste testings. The last thing I need to do.
Yeah,
is
because
turn
I'm
it into
down to do some football Sundays.
Yeah.
Maybe even just record ourselves watching a game.
Yeah.
This may not be, but you know.
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
fine. Yeah, we'll figure something out for that. Yeah, no, when football starts, we'll have some sort of specific situations. Is that a work call? I need to pause.
Yeah, pause, please.
All right. And we're back to the Fried Chicken Podcast.
No, I'm sorry, but we're going to continue down this road because I love fried chicken.
Yeah, I apologize if this isn't your bag, but
It's the bag we're in tonight.
I'm excited.
Okay, so
it's the bucket we brought home. Did you
can't
ever
remember-
notice that you drew this on the back of this piece of paper for the toilet? This was like
that was the
some sort of diagram.
that was the amount of space that it would have to cover. I was just thinking once it was spread, you know.
No, I'm haunted by this now. I'm haunted by this because anyway.
Back to fried chicken.
Back to fried chicken.
I love fried chicken. We'll get the spread and spray in production.
Yeah, we should encourage people to keep.
So you're saying the Crispers is fire, and I agree with you.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's banging.
So I was, and I say this now. When I was younger, I
I have to. I'm keep having to turn us down because we started talking about fried chicken and we're speaking louder because
We get
you're getting
excited.
excited. No, keep that energy. I just gotta keep checking the levels here.
So I grew up around the Southeast. My dad was Air Force, and then he started
Yeah.
working for the government. So we moved every couple of years.
Wait, sorry, hold on one second.
You got any biscuits for sale in there? Bible says a man and a man ought not lay together.
Ought not.
I dug me a little holler. I lay down in there. You ought not have done that to my baby brother.
Practice this.
It's one of those ones that you just get. You know what I'm saying? It's like the first time I saw that movie. It's very off-putting to people to work.
I'd be like, what's the number for the Hearst? I like the way you talk.
So anyway, just like your boy, but I've had many different fried chickens and chicken styles. I lived in Kentucky, Texas,
Oh yeah,
different parts of Georgia. So there's a place in Kentucky called Lee's Fried Chicken.
I'm familiar with it. I've never had it.
It's have you ever had Mrs. Winters?
No,
Okay, those are the same thing. They just have different names for whatever reason.
I got you. Same style. Or
Yeah, and
whatever,
it very similar to the extra crispy KFC. But that's the only style that they don't have like a spicy or mild. It's just.
See, I do remember from years ago though too, because I've never been like a huge KFC guy, but I know you used to be a big bucket chicken guy in the right circumstances. And I remember one time me and you tore through a bucket of chicken, and I was like, "This is."
Well,
pretty,
and back then,
it's pretty good.
Back then, you could get like an 8-piece for $9.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So both of us could gorge for $5 each.
Yeah, just try to stay alive.
Yeah,
no, it's
ridiculous. But no, and because I kind of grew up on KFC in a way, you know what I mean. That was our fried chicken place because it was ubiquitous. Everywhere you lived had KFC.
Yeah, well, now when I was a kid too, when we'd go see the cousins or whatever, there was always some KFC floating around. They used to, I think when I was a kid, what I really dug, and I can't remember what they're called. I think they were called silver dollar sandwiches or something. It was like a chicken. It was like a little tiny chicken sandwich. You got like a gazillion of them, but it was like a hunk of fried chicken with like, I think a little bit of mayonnaise on it. I know you were saying about how you didn't like mayonnaise, but and I don't really mess with it too tough these days. But this particular sandwich, and it was like biscuits, and it was that, and then years later, I started eating KFC again when I was really fat, when they came out with the famous bowl.
Oh, that's a terrible.
Do you remember?
Do I remember? They were $5.
Yeah.
I got famous all the time.
It was because what
dangerous. It was just it was 90% mashed potato.
Yes, it was mostly mashed potato.
And then it was popcorn chicken.
Yes, I'm looking it up because I'm trying to remember.
Brown gravy and cheese.
Oh no, this isn't back, is it? This still exists.
I don't think it went anywhere, dude.
Think people just wised up and stopped eating them?
It just stayed.
Oh, look at this bullshit though. This is not what it used to look. This is a tiny, fucking shrinkflation. God damn it.
That's looking a good picture.
Yeah, well, see, this is a copycat one, but yeah, it used to come in that big plastic bowl, and it was just like, this is some lady making one. That looks fire.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Really good, right?
It looks dangerously good.
Yeah, put a picture up on the screen for everybody. That looks amazing.
But dude, those were $5 or whatever.
Yeah,
they came out.
They were. Yeah, it may have been less than that. They were right. They were right in that range, like right at the you
perfect
pull
zone.
up, bing, and you're about to be
full.
You're gonna be full, and then you're gonna get a little sick and sleepy. You know what I'm saying? Like
and it's almost It's almost like a drug.
Yeah, it's like in Always Sunny when they eat cat food, where he's like, you eat the cat food so you get sick and then you go to sleep. You eat the cat food, you get all sick and tired, and then you fall asleep. That's why you need to eat the cat food.
Yeah.
No, that famous bowl, though, there was a time where I was, in the early 2000s where I was tearing those up because it was like, and the corn was completely pointless, but for some reason,
sweet.
Tied the room together,
salt, baby. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Really tied the room together.
Hitting that dopamine on you.
I'm gonna eat.
Look at
something. When we're done here today, I'm gonna eat something horrific, and I may even document it and put it at the end of the podcast.
Do it, yeah. I'm going to a food truck after this, and I will definitely fucking show you.
Yeah.
But okay, so if you look at this, mashed potatoes, guess what? Terrible for you. It's a starch filled with fats.
Yeah, and it's whatever KFC's version of this is too. Yeah, that may not even be potatoes.
Yeah, who knows that white mess is. Yeah. Then you have their brown gravy, which is also KFC's brown gravy. So who knows what that was actually made of, what powder that was made from.
Yeah, well, they nailed it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the calorie per square inch in that place.
KFC famous bowl available at LAX if you're ever in the airport in Los Angeles.
It says, and topped with a perfect blend of 3 shredded cheeses.
Creamy mashed potatoes, sweet corn, and bite-sized chunks of crispy chicken are layered together, then drizzled with home-style gravy and topped with a perfect blend of 3 shredded cheeses.
That's the triple cheese.
Yeah, that's really...
I mean...
Oh, boy.
I mean, these fast food places, they've really dialed it in on what people want.
Yeah, well, whatever you want, you know what you're going to get?
Fat.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Hey, we got time to fill.
Diabetes.
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 Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes.
Saul, You got diabetes.
I had a feeling that was going to come up today because we were stretching for time. So,
I think we should continue on to what is your favorite? Because we said Popeyes.
yeah,
As far as fast food chicken,
it's got to be my
Yeah.
top.
yeah, readily available, whatever.
Wow.
Then KFC has come up with some pretty diabolical
That's
things. Remember,
that's
they had the chicken with the cheese and the chicken. There was no bun; it was just chicken.
Yeah, what was the? Yeah, it was like the infinite chicken sandwiches. It was wasn't it grilled cheese? Was the bread?
No, there was
or
no bread. The
Chicken was the bread.
yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Chicken sandwich KFC. Yeah, that thing was, dude. Yeah,
That.
there it is. Yeah, the double down.
The double down. Look at this.
Oh boy. Yeah.
And what's funny is that piece of fried chicken is probably more healthy than that bun.
yes,
End of the day,
end of the day, but also in the day.
it looks
You
really
shouldn't
bad.
eat that either. Oh man, this is a video. I kind of trying to find a good. I just need like a clean photograph of this sandwich. Let me see. People double down chicken sandwich. I just want a picture. There we go.
Oh.
So I can put this up here. Oh boy.
So you have two chickens, cheese, mayonnaise, and bacon.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's a tough look.
I don't know why this was a People article. This was from last year. Did they just bring it back or
I
something?
think so, yeah.
Dude, it's got mayonnaise on it too. That thing is. Ooh, that's
It's
tough.
diabolical.
Yeah, because you know what it was too though. There was like a weird kick there when this came out, like mid tens maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever. When this first started, there was a kick though where people were doing weird stuff for bread. It was like meat for bread, but somebody had a thing.
Well, that
Was
know
it-
what? That makes sense. The McGriddle was a late 2000s, early 10s
Yeah.
thing. I think I might be off.
I think that thing dropped in the early 2000s, but I didn't eat one for years. But yeah, that was a weird thing where there was syrup in the
yeah, I mean, I'm just not a big fan of it, but
muffin.
it's popular.
No, yeah, that thing blew up. Well, and I had a spicy chicken one time, and it was like, that's the only one of those I'm gonna eat, or I'm eating one every day. It was incredible. It was breathtaking. It is. That bun has like hot syrup, McDonald's syrup in it, and then just like a hunk of spicy fried chicken sandwich meat in it.
Oh man, that sounds good. Yeah.
The spicy, the sweet, the sadness all at
Right,
once,
all at
the
once.
disappointment in yourself.
Yeah, the
as you're-
pancakey
Yeah.
texture.
Oh, yeah, the pancakey thing. Yeah. But just the balance of satisfaction and self-disappointment on the way to work, eating that horrible thing, being
my
like, well, this is going to eat up.
Well, and we were discussing earlier this week that me and you consider ourselves like medium fats.
Yes.
Like we're not delusional that we're not fat. But we're not like, hey, that guy's fat.
Yeah.
Like we're
Yeah.
just regular guys our age. But there's been eras in my life, and still sometimes to this day, where I'll go and get 2 to 3 breakfast sandwiches.
It happens.
It happens.
It does happen.
And
it
used to
hasn't happened to
happen
me
lot.
in a long time.
Well, I mean, I don't,
yes.
but it used to happen to me a lot. And I think, man, that's 2,200 calories to start your day at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you-
you go home, go right back to sleep.
Yeah, unless you're lumberjacking it out here,
What are
those
you
are
doing?
staying with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is the thing I'm trying to find. There was a sandwich. Have they scrubbed the internet of it? Burger with grilled cheese for buns. This person's looking for it too. Well, that looks like
I've heard of that. I've seen
looks
that.
terrible. That specific one looks really bad. This one that
That's
this
a
guy
bad
posted
version
on
of it,
Reddit, this looks really bad. r/stupid food. Yeah, that looks disgusting. But there's somebody, I want to say it was maybe Hardee's, because Hardee's has Hardee's,
They don't give a fuck.
they don't care.
Triple thick burgers, bro.
The thick burgers when
And
they
they'll hit you with a 3-way. Gadoosh, gadoosh, gadoosh. With the Frisco topping, some ham, some Swiss cheese.
I was always, even at my heaviest, I think I was always able to escape the double or triple thick burger. But the fact that it existed and people were
Ordering it.
wolfing those down. Dude, when those first broke, I was in the Air Force, and the only place we had, one of the only places that was open when I was on night shift was Hardee's. And we were tearing those things up until somebody went online and was like, yeah, that has 2,500 calories in that meal.
with our age, dude, we saw in real time the fattening of America.
Ultra fattening. Because when
For
we were
some
kids
reason-
was when McDonald's really started getting wild.
But also, for some reason, the inventation of the all-you-can-eat buffet, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
So you would go and try to eat as much as you eat. I remember being a kid. Well, we're at Ryan's.
Yeah.
I'm about to have to smash 12 plates to make it worth it. The $6.
Right,
You
of
know what I'm
course,
saying?
yeah. Well, you mentioned that one when we were doing that training video, whatever episode that was. It's been a long time ago now. But when we were talking about the buffet, that was something you mentioned that I never considered. It was like, yeah, you go to a restaurant and you eat. You've eaten all you can eat. You've eaten that meal.
Yeah.
But they're balancing it out between you and the guy who can come in there
And smash.
and just go to work, and they have to like kick him out. You know what I'm saying? It's a class action
and
lawsuit.
if you notice when you're in there, there's a lot of potato, a lot of pastas,
oh, of course.
breaded things, rolls galore,
Yeah.
desserts all day. All that stuff's cheap.
Yeah.
You know,
And it'll fill you.
pizza. That's why you look at a place like Stevie B's. Each one of those pizzas might cost him $2.
Yeah, maybe. And some of those are pretty horrific. It's been a long time since I've been into one of those places.
But they print money, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
There's always
Yeah.
people in there.
Yeah. Well, people, as we've been discussing, people are disgusting and apparently willing to eat anything. Because even like you
I've
said,
eaten
even at our fattest, it's like even at no point in my life when I say triple thick Hardee's thick burger I was like, well, I'm gonna eat that. Like,
Yeah, I'm going to sit down and eat that.
I
No.
can't bring I couldn't bring myself to do
Now,
that.
there were times when I was, in my late teens, early 20s, played ball or whatever you want to call it. Like,
Yeah.
you was using up a lot of energy. I worked out and this
Yeah,
and that. and the
yeah,
other.
yeah.
I would go and, if there was a triple cheeseburger, I would try it. I'm not saying I haven't had the triple at
Yeah.
Wendy's, but I'm never going to go get the triple quarter pounder or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean?
There's a certificate on my refrigerator right now from the Fat Burger in Las Vegas from, I believe, 2006, where me and Griff sat down and I ate it was like a triple giant burger, and like we were trash. I literally just ordered it because it was the biggest thing on the menu, and like the line was so long, there was a guy coming through line taking your order. And so when I was like, yeah, let me get the triple king or whatever, the guy's like, oh, we got a challenger. And I was like, what? Like,
like John Candy.
yeah, and it's like a bunch of people in there. So I was like, yeah, okay. He was like, yeah, if you eat the burger, we take your picture and give you a certificate or whatever. I was like, okay.
You ate it?
Oh yeah, me and Griff both ate one. But the what happened was the stakes kept rising. Like he was like, "Yeah, it's a triple burger. What do you want on it?" And I was like, "I don't know, like onions, tomatoes, and lettuce, and mustard, whatever, right? Like normal burger toppings."
Yeah.
And then we sat down, and like this is Vegas. We're on the Strip. It's like a Friday night. There's a lot of people in here. There's like a tension growing around that this has happened. Then he comes back and he goes, "Oh, so to do the challenge, you have to get all our toppings." Well, I'm not from the West Coast. I don't know what the toppings are that Fat Burger offers. Fat Burger offers the normal burger toppings, whatever you can think of, including baked beans, a fried egg, and you have to get they have like 3 different cheeses. You have to get all the cheeses, right? So now this thing comes out, and to be fair, it wasn't like one of those man versus food burgers where it's like this big around. It was about this big around, about this tall. I mean, it was
handleable.
Yeah, but you could pick it up.
Yeah.
And it was just about everything I could do to eat it, but it wasn't undoable. It was just post eating it. I remember
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I remember post eating it being like, why? Like I wasn't able to enjoy it because it had it was a burger with baked beans on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like all super thick. So I'm not saying, but that was like a challenge. And when I had already done that by the time I saw that Hardee's was doing triple thick burgers. And I was like, okay, so they've taken that thing that was like a challenge to eat
and just put it on the menu for $8.
And Hardee's was just like, nah, people just will eat this.
Yeah.
They
did.
Oh yeah, they had
still
to.
do probably.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
I mean, I'm sure that's still an option at Hardee's.
Folks, head on over to shirtcaviar.com. We got a wide selection of shirts for every occasion. We got the Time's Up Dolphins, got to get them out of here. We got the Jesus with the Newsy, perfect for Easter. We got the Doubt the Voices, whoa. We got Tiger Woods, holy crap. a fan favorite. And last but not least, we got Big Purr Aesthetic Volume 1, all at shirtcaviar.com. And remember to use code OGA for 10% off your order at shirtcaviar.com.
And we're back. All right. So we got to wrap this thing up here. Not in too quick of a fashion, but people have places to go, people to see, and I got chicken to eat. So it's going to happen.
In that vein.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Let's go to this training video.
All right, so check it out. I have a plethora of employee training videos from days gone by. We've had a good time with them so far. I think we've done a couple, and we'll keep doing them. But so to wrap things up here today, because it tracks perfectly, this is a old KFC cooking procedures video. It's got some good stuff in it. So
maybe we can duplicate.
Yeah.
What is it, 11 herbs and spices?
Something like that. That's still a secret at this point, though. I don't think they're giving that away.
That's good chicken. That cook just prepared a tray of excellent Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It was golden
brown.
This guy.
Just the way our customers like it.
Come on.
Our customers expect to get this kind of chicken every time they visit a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No, the man is literally wearing the Colonel Sanders tie.
When he doesn't know what to do with his arms.
No, he has no idea what to do with his
He's
hands.
Stanced up.
And I think maybe at one point we figured out this was in Canada, but maybe not. But this guy is a treat. This guy's great.
Store. You've seen the care we take to warm up the raw chicken properly and to coat the chicken with the Colonel's 11 herbs and spices.
Colonel.
We take the same amount of pride and care when cooking Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You can hear the oil popping.
By following every step of the cooking procedure, exactly the way I'm about to show you, you will learn to cook excellent
that's it
chicken
right there.
every time. I'm going to be using this cooker. It's been warmed up according to procedure. First, I will be loading the chicken.
I really have never noticed it before. He's having trouble with his hands.
Into the cooker.
No, it's the
then
first
I'm going
thing
to brown the chicken. After the chicken is browned to the correct color, I will close the lid and set the timer to pressure cook the chicken for 8 minutes. After the chicken is cooked,
Man, that seems dangerous.
I will vent the machine,
a pressure cooker that size,
and remove the cooked chicken onto
that
a tray.
size.
Several of them.
Then I'll spread the pieces of chicken on the tray.
Ran by.
Now, I will be showing you the utensils we will be using during the cooking
Kittens
process,
and puppies.
and where they are located for efficiency. This is the hook.
I used to have a football coach who would say that. I mean, hey.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, no, he would get
over here.
He'd get pissed off. And
Yeah.
he'd be like, in
Is the scraper?
And he'd be cursing you out. Graham Walden.
I
mean, hey.
Yeah.
Before he calls you a piece of shit. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
I mean, hey.
These are the tongs. Now, this is the tumbler. It sits in the middle of the basket. And after the chicken has been loaded and browned,
He's creeping.
the tumbler is then removed to
Really,
separate
that
the
left
pieces
hand is
that
just
may
out
have been stuck together.
space.
He's wiggling it a little bit.
He's
Now,
like
over here-
purposely keeping it away from his body. I don't know
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Is an example of 2 pieces of
like
chicken
Ricky Bobby.
that have remained stuck together during the cooking process.
Process.
Proper removal
Process,
of the
yeah.
tumbler
We're definitely
would have
in Canada.
separated these
That's
pieces.
Alberta, bro.
Because these pieces were not separated, this is the result. White spots.
How dare you?
As you can
kidding
see,
me?
the
On the
appearance of this
original
cooked
rest?
chicken is unacceptable.
Well, I also want to talk about how this would probably be normal now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, you
this-
bring your bucket back with a couple of these.
Yeah. What are you sending it back? No, you eat that. Yeah.
And not sell this chicken to our customers.
That's a thigh, bro. I'm
Yeah,
eating that.
that's going down.
Now let's start the cooking process. First, I put the tumbler in place by lowering it into the middle of the basket.
I haven't seen a piece of raw chicken yet.
So that it stands straight
No, I
up.
think this is. I think
Next,
there's
I will set the timer
process?
to the start.
Yeah, there's other videos showing the earlier
heat up
parts
the
of the
shortening.
process. So we're at the cooking
When the
part
proper
now.
cooking temperature of 375 degrees has been reached, the heat light will go out. Now, when the heat light goes out, we want to have our breaded chicken ready to load.
He sounds
So
like
I'm
a
going
trailer
to
park.
start
Yeah, I was
breading the
gonna
chicken
say.
now.
He's like the successful trailer park boy.
It's the shit chicken, Bo Bandy.
Yeah.
Now, when you place your tray of breaded chicken on the
Shit
cooker
hawks are
table,
coming.
make sure there are no other trays under it. This will prevent any of the flour from the breaded chicken contaminating the tray that is going to receive the cooked chicken. The heat light has just gone out, which means the shortening temperature is at 375
And it's in
degrees.
shortening.
There's a very
wonder if
important
that's
point
still
to
a
keep
thing.
in mind.
I don't know. It is very difficult.
Never load
I'm
chicken
having
into
trouble
the
getting
cooker
past
until the heat light has gone out.
gigantic pressure cooker full of
Before I load
molten
the
hot
chicken into the cooker,
shortening.
I will
Shortening.
once again
Yeah.
reset
Popping
the
in
timer
the
to the
background
start.
of the video.
This is to prevent the machine shutting
What is
off
the hat
during
for?
browning.
It's
Let's
part of your
begin to load our
uniform, baby.
chicken. I'll be
It
shaking
makes him
the
look
excess
a bit
flour
like a
from each
chicken.
piece before I load
No,
it
it's
into the
got
cooker.
okay. We'll
We
get
always
into
load
this.
the legs
Yeah.
first.
In Marietta,
Pick
there's a
up
thing
4
called
legs in each.
the Big Chicken.
I think I'm familiar with that. I think I've seen that
Okay,
before.
it's on a main drag off 41 in Marietta, and it's literally a KFC. It's got a big wooden chicken head on it.
Yeah,
and
that
it goes.
that crazy looking. I know exactly what you're talking
We
about.
first moved to the Atlanta area in 1996ish
Yeah.
on the radio, and that's when you listen to radio constantly. And on the news, everything in the world was in relation to how far it was from the fucking Big Chicken.
Oh, it makes sense. Yeah,
It'd be like Disney World, 600 miles south of the Big Chicken. You're like, what the fuck's the Big Chicken?
Yeah,
You know,
Bilbo's Ford, right,
Yeah.
right next to the Big Chicken.
Yellowstone National Park, 1,700 miles west of the Big Chicken.
Yeah, that was an interesting compass point there.
Yeah, and it would be like, Atlanta Motor Speedway, 45 miles south of the Big Chicken. Like, what the fuck ever. And when you don't know what the Big Chicken is,
That's confusing.
yeah, and then you don't want to ask everybody because it's ubiquitous. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay.
Everybody else must know about it. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but once you see it,
You're like, oh, that is a Big
there,
Chicken.
yeah, there. Now you have it. Yeah, that chicken's kind of creepy looking, if I remember correctly.
It is. It's just a very, very rudimentary chicken, but this beak does this.
Yeah, yeah. This guy's hat, though, I think it was designed to make them look a bit like a
Hand by the
chicken.
bone end.
What year
firmly
is
with my
this? In the
fingertips.
training video, there's no
I then
gloves.
lower the legs.
Yeah.
And the
half-inch
molten
into
hot is
shortening
right there.
And
No
hold them there
gloves.
for 10 seconds.
No basket.
This is called searing.
Nothing.
Hold them there for 10 seconds. He's saying.
No glove, no basket.
Hold them
In
very
the-
carefully above this molten hot shortening.
375.
Yeah.
The reason we sear the legs is to
He's
prevent the meat
searing
from
the
drying
ends.
out and to give the legs a better finished appearance. I then spin the legs as I release them.
What?
How do you
Now
do
let's
that
load the
without
remaining
burning
pieces.
your hands?
I pick up 2 pieces
He
at a
just showed
time,
you.
one in each hand, and shake off the excess flour. Notice how close the pieces are to the surface of the shortening before I release them.
Yeah, I bet.
This is to reduce splashing.
You
You'll
know
also
how
notice
badly you must have
I
got
load the
burned if
basket,
you were like
working from
deep in
back
the
of
rush?
cooker towards
I was
the
just
front.
about to say, dude, if you're in the weeds on a
This is to
Sunday,
spread the pieces
it's
out
1
in the
o'clock,
basket.
Sunday at KFC in
It's important to spread the pieces in
Mobile,
the
Alabama.
basket.
Yeah.
There
So
is some
each
chicken
piece
going
of
in that
chicken
grease.
comes in
and it's
contact
coming
with
in and
the
out.
hot shortening.
I mean, it's just,
This will allow each piece of chicken to brown properly.
I've burned
while it's
myself
cooking.
cooking crinkle cut French fries in a basket.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Doing
Yeah.
this? Are you kidding?
This is a giant, this is like a 55-gallon
Now that
drum
the
of
chicken
hot
is
oil.
browning
He's just
in the
getting
cooker,
Yeah.
I'm going to return the tray to the breading table and wash my hands.
This is what they go through to make sure that we can have good fried chicken.
Before I can close the lid, the
It's so
chicken
funny how
has to be
gloves weren't a
browned to the
thing and
correct
nobody was
color.
dying.
Yeah.
To help us do this,
That sounds
we
gross,
use
but
this
you know what I
color
mean?
guide
People weren't
Yeah.
dying.
so that our finished product
I don't know.
looks
We
like
probably
this.
just didn't hear about it.
Yeah, true.
It's been approximately 1.5
I guess that's
minutes.
probably more
I'm
likely.
going to check the chicken
Things
to
were
see how close
disgusting
it is
and
to the
people
correct
were
color.
dying and KFC was paying to bury the story.
I do
Sweeping it
this
under the rug, as
by
it were.
lifting the basket out of the hot shortening with the hook.
Oh, at least he's got
just
a hook.
enough to
Yeah.
expose the top pieces of chicken. I can see that it has not yet been browned to the correct color. This chicken will require more time to brown properly.
God, it is just
Visual
rolling
inspection
in that
is
vat.
important
Yeah.
because we cannot time the browning process. The browning
No
time
joke,
will
that's
vary
probably
due to the
5 to 10
condition of the
gallons of
shortening, is to visually inspect the chicken.
To see if it's
So
brown.
when you're learning how
Yeah,
to cook
to see if
chicken,
it's brown.
use the color guide
Color guide.
and check the chicken closely to avoid over browning. Let's take another
I forgot
look
to
at
point
the
out,
chicken.
too, that the color guide has a U in the word color, so that's kind of a giveaway, too.
This chicken is now browned to the correct color. So the browning process
This is
now
when I think
complete.
it starts getting really
The
dangerous.
next 5 steps
The pressure
have
part?
to be performed
Yeah,
quickly.
here we go. 5 steps
First,
have to
I
be
remove
performed
the tumbler.
quickly.
Using a cloth, place both hands on top of the tumbler and give a hard, straight, upward tug, and then pull the tumbler
Get
straight
the
up
fuck out of here.
to completely tumble the chicken.
How do you avoid? I mean, how many times were people being burned horribly?
How your arm's not just
Yeah, and he's
eviscerated.
well, and he's yanking on it too. Like you're busy, and you give it one too big a yank, and now that's all just.
Well, and a molten hot piece of chicken's going to come flying if
Yeah.
it catches it right.
Ugh,
It's
that
important
maneuver
not to
was
push
no
down on the
joke.
tumbler,
Look
as
at all the
prongs
splashing,
will
you
tear
can
the
see it.
skin
Yeah,
and
you can
damage
see
the
how
pieces in
greasy,
the
even in
basket.
this old
Using a
video.
hook,
And this is the
and
training
then
video.
shake the basket
Yeah.
to redistribute the pieces to avoid
They really
white
want you
spots.
playing in the oil
Make sure
at
that all the
KFC.
pieces
I mean, look
are
at
below
him.
the oil.
He's
Now
inches
I can
above that
close the
oil.
lid.
And that would eviscerate your hand.
Yeah, it would be super hot. Now let's put it under
The
pressure.
cooking time is 8 minutes, so I immediately set the timer to the 8-minute mark. This chicken is now being pressure cooked for 8 minutes. When the cooking cycle is completed, the machine will automatically vent to release the pressure.
I got to imagine part of his uniform is to cover up all the skin grafts.
You would think they would at least have a glove.
Yeah,
I'm
or
going to
longer
place the cooked
sleeves
chicken
or
on this
something.
tray.
Ooh, maybe a
You
a
can
hot
hear this
glove.
machine is automatically
crazy.
venting.
Whoa.
The heat light has just come back
What are you
on
talking
to
about?
indicate that the
Yeah,
shortening is
he's
being
got a lot
reheated
of.
for the next round
That's a
of cooking.
scary sound.
Over here on the timer,
Yeah, something was really hot.
we can see the vent
Oh, that's
line.
venting.
Now, when the
Oh.
vent line is straight up, I will be ready to manually assist venting the cooker. I will do this
Manually
by
assist
gradually
it?
depressing the lid lock and holding it down until the timer reaches a star and most of the pressure is released. I will then be able to safely
What happens if
open
you
the
do it
lid.
wrong?
Now that the vent line is straight
Again,
up,
everything
I can now
about
release
this
remaining pressure.
is like begging to have the skin melted from your bones.
It's absurd.
Everything about this process.
Until the timer reaches
I mean,
a
I'm
star.
really having a hard time believing this is the training video.
This is how they did it.
What?
You know how hot
With a
that
towel.
thing must be?
He's got a towel.
Yeah.
Now I can safely open the lid. Quickly return the lid to the upright position.
You know that steam
And
coming
remove
out of
the
there is
chicken from the
crazy
short-
hot, too.
Let the basket drain on the liner for 5 seconds.
And then you just got to pick
To
it
empty
up.
the basket, use a cloth to hold the handle and put the hook in the bottom of the basket.
It's a bar towel, dude.
Yeah.
Then empty the chicken out onto the tray.
Hey,
Under the tray. I don't
Then
know. I
place
think
the
I see
basket
some white
back into
spots
the
there,
yeah.
Billy.
Yeah, I'm going to take those out.
Yeah.
During the cooking process, moisture collects on the lid. Wipe this moisture so that it
Which
does
can
not go
also
back into
has
the
to be
short.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Water breaks down short. Now I'll use a scraper to remove the crust ring from inside the liner.
Crust ring. They got a jargon. They got
It's
a name for
important to
it.
remove this crust ring
It
so that
is.
it does not burn in the shortening. Since I'm not going to cook again, I'm going to turn my machine off. This will avoid reheating the cooker unnecessarily. The next step is to spread these pieces out. This is called racking. There are some important points to keep in mind when racking the chicken on the tray.
Touch it while it's as hot as
When
humanly
handling the pieces
possible.
with the tongs, be careful not to damage the skin.
Them tongs ain't long enough either.
In order to allow each piece to drain
This is
properly,
definitely late 80s.
place the pieces bone
Yeah.
side down.
Could be mid to early because
Yeah, I
there's
was
a
about- yeah.
that weird
When
little
racking the
colory
legs,
effect is like
Tilt
giving me
the
sort of
bone end
like
of the leg on another
early
piece.
tape or
This
even
is so the leg
late
drains properly.
film vibes.
With the wings, rack the wing with the wing tip up.
I just don't think they take that much time.
No, that's what I'm saying. This whole thing seems like a recipe for disaster because if you were really actually trying to like do this and get your orders out,
Yeah, and I mean, you got to realize KFC, people are buying buckets 12, 18, 30.
yeah, one person may come in there and order that much chicken.
Yeah.
For like they have a bunch of people over at Sunday, it's after church or whatever, like, and everybody's coming over. That may be one person's order, and
Easy.
you just had to do all that.
And that happens 10 times on Sunday, at
Yeah.
least.
I'm not gonna lie though, Looks
That
pretty
looks
good.
great.
Looks pretty
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
tasty.
What's this guy's name?
I don't think he's mentioned. I've just been calling him Billy.
See, I was
Our
thinking more of a
cooked chicken
Doug.
is the
Doug
same
is a-
color
yeah.
as the finished product on the color guide.
Maybe even a Philip.
Now the chicken can be taken
He
to
does
the warming
have
cabinet
Phillippe
where it will
vibes.
be stored.
It's one of those real basic. Or Scott.
Scott, yeah.
Eric.
Eric.
That's how you cook Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh.
Now let's take a moment to review the critical standards for the cooking procedure.
Your safety
Load the chicken
is not
after
our
the heat
priority.
They didn't say anything.
No.
At no point did they say be careful, slow down,
No.
wear gloves,
No.
eye
Make
protection.
sure there are no other trays on
None
the
of that
cooking
was-
table
KFC is one of the
when
biggest
loading breaded
corporations in
chicken.
the world.
Yeah.
Sear the skin on the legs for 10 seconds.
That part is super scary.
Load the chicken one piece in each hand. Distribute the pieces evenly in the basket. Brown
tumbler
the chicken
part
to the
is-
color indicated on the color guide. Pull straight up to remove the tumbler. Do not push down. The cooking time for Kentucky Fried Chicken is 8 minutes. Remove the chicken quickly from the shortening. Wipe moisture from the lid.
Nothing
The
about
cooked chicken
watch
must
your
be the
hands,
same color
protect yourself,
indicated on
don't
the
spill
guide.
this on
Please be
yourself.
In
safe.
addition to
If-
these critical
here's what to do
standards,
if something
I always
goes
keep
wrong.
the following safety points in
Oh,
mind
Oh,
when
here we
cooking
go.
chicken.
Okay, all right.
Hold the pieces close to the surface of the shortening before releasing them to reduce splashing.
So get as close as you can to the oil.
Ensure
Why
the
can't
lid
you
is
use the
properly
tongs for that
closed
part?
and locked in place.
Maybe it'll.
Ensure
Oh,
excess
disrupt
pressure
the-
is
With your
released
hand.
before opening the lid.
Yeah. You could make rubber
Maintain
ones.
the proper level
Yeah.
of shortening in the cooker to avoid possible fires. Use a dry
It's-
cloth when
honestly,
handling
it's
the
probably
lid,
a quickness
the
thing.
tumbler, and the cooker basket.
You're just quicker with your hands than a tong.
You know,
Yeah.
as a cook, you have one of the most important jobs in a Kentucky Fried Chicken store. Our business depends on the quality of chicken you produce. By following the procedure exactly as I have demonstrated it for
I
you
wonder how far
in this
back that
tape,
hairline goes.
you will produce excellent Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You know, I had the same thought.
Yeah.
That hat's covered. Well, that's what I was thinking too, though. Is perhaps this man suffered some sort of horrible giant fryer pressure accident, and he's got a
okay.
got a
He's
head
patch.
situation.
Yeah, he's got a patch.
He's got a bit of a situation up there, and it's not.
Situation.
It's not. It ain't pretty.
So he would
Every
prefer to
time.
wear the paper hat.
Kentucky Freddy Krueger chick. Never mind.
Now go ask your manager to demonstrate this procedure for
Moving
you.
on.
And then you'll have an opportunity to practice.
1985.
Oh, there we go. There you go. Okay, sorry, answer.
Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
All right.
I think that ended well with that.
I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
And we got down to it. I am starving.
Yeah, I could eat, and I've got to go.
And I don't think it's gonna be a salad. Well, yeah, we got to get you out of here.
It's not going to be a salad. I've
No.
never eaten a salad in my life. Don't
Yeah.
accuse me of that.
Accuse you of devil worship.
All
All right.
right, we have a hotline, 847-665-9238. Hit
This
us
stuff.
up. It's fun.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my
Oh,
life.
it's the delayed.
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career.
Robert.
I can't believe that still got me.
Yeah, you know it.
I do know,
Yeah.
and I know that, and it still got me because I was like, "Oh, I just wanted to hear it," and I'm trying to wrap things up here. God, that's the gift that just keeps on giving. 30 years. Anyway,
Do you
But-
have your bags? Did you get your shot?
yeah, you know that was an OGA episode. We may need to bust that back out at some point because that's some good stuff. America.
America. All right, we're out.
All right, yeah, 847-665-9238. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe everywhere you get it. And
Beware of dolphins.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Stay out of the water. Good night, everyone.
Golden skin crunch, pure delight. Savory dreams in the night. Crispy love straight from the fry. Heaven here, no question why. Hot oil by flavor burst. Tender bites quench the thirst. Spices dance in the breeze. Peace and warmth fried with ease. Bite into the magic spell. Taste the stories no one tells. Grease and gravy running free. Fried chicken joy sets me free. Table feast, joy surrounds. Baskets full, crispy crowned. Share the love, pass it round. Soul food connection found. Empty bones find their rest. Happy soul feeling blessed. Fried bliss in every bite. Day or dark, it's always right. Bite into the magic spell. Taste the stories no one tells. Grease and gravy running free. Fried chicken joy sets me free. Joy surrounds, baskets full, crispy crowned. Share the love, pass it round. Soul food connection found.